I'm Wayne from Los Angeles, California. This is my second inner awakening. It's taken me 20 months to come back. My first time was in November 2011. That's when, because of my wife, I came with her. And during that inner awakening, it changed my life completely. And the essence for me, what I've experienced during that time, it was actually on the third day. It was right after yoga session, right after lunch. Back then, we do another yoga session after lunch. And which time, during our favorite time, which was Shavasana, when we lay down there after 1 hour of work, my life flashed through me energetically. And of course, I saw images. All the sufferings that I experienced that entire life just flashed through. And at that time, it made a very, very deep impression. Oh my goodness, it was a shock. What have I done? We've done all this processing, and the whole time, the person that's been the cruelest, that's been creating all the sabotage, the one that's all doing all the torturing, is me. Because I choose to hold on. I choose to think that I'm right. And it was such a shock that I feel, in a sense of guilt as well, what have I done? And then it was also at that time, when I reflect on my whole life, it's a matter of only 1 or 2 minutes. But it was so strong and so powerful that I also reflected deeply, and I saw this being must be divine. There's no other reason. If this ego has done so much self-torturing, again and again, every single suffering that I have caused in my life, it flashed within me. But yet, I'm still here in this divine space, having this beautiful, precious opportunity to remember who I am, in which I've forgotten. At which time I realized very strongly that this have to be a divine being. Always forgiving, always offering compassion, always offering grace. And so, because of that experience, I went back to the room, looked into the mirror, and then connected. I'm sure we're all familiar with that practice, part of the completion process. And at that time, I made a very strong declaration when I was connecting. And the declaration I made at that time was, I will never, never, never again sabotage the divine plan. That was the declaration I made. And the second thing that happened for that IA that was a very strong experience for me was, actually it was on the third day, the same evening. I came up for darshan. After darshan, went back down. And of course, we would wait for the entire group to finish. And it was during that time when I was overwhelmed by Swamiji's great compassion that I started to cry. Probably 15, 20 minutes. And then it was also at that time, that's when I realized, Swamiji has always been with me, not just since November IA. He has always been with me. I believe in past lives. And at that time, the connection was so strong that I know he has always been with me since beginless lifetimes. Always walking the path with me, especially during my most difficult times. Always offering his great compassion, love, and grace. And then at that time, I realized that Swamiji is only, he's the same as my internal guru. And then from that perspective, that's why it's taking me 20 months to come back, because I figure, wow, Swamiji is always with me. And that's why it's 20 months since my last time I was here. And then since the last 20 months, many things has happened in my life. Many miracles has happened, including my parents, including my wife, undergoing through surgeries, including my parents going to the hospitalized multiple times. But it culminated in the passing of my wife earlier this year, in February. And that was a beautiful process in which Swamiji walked the family through. And it was just magical. Okay. And because, I'm sorry I'm cutting this short, but all I want to conclude this is, as what Swamiji has said in previous satsang, that we have so many lifetimes of darkness. It does not take that many lifetimes to turn the light back on. Now we've shown where the light switch is. We have the power to decide whether or not we choose to turn the light on. And by choosing to come here for 21 days, from my personal experience, your life will guarantee to change. In 21 days, you can turn the light on in which you live many lifetimes of darkness. And the choice is yours, and you can decide. Thank you.